1 year has passed since the sinking of the Sewol ferry, and it killed more than 300 people and plunged the nation into a state of shock and sorrow. Our Kwon Soa was at Paengmokhang harbor on Jindo Island, where thousands of people commemorated the first anniversary.
Paengmokhang harbor off the south coast of Jindo Island. Last year, hundreds of families gathered here, calling out to their loved ones trapped on the sunken ship. Now this port has become a place for them to remember the 304 people who died on board. This port, the nearest point of dry land to the sunken ferry, is a sea of yellow, the symbolic color of the tragedy. Though a year has passed, Paengmok Harbor will remain a site of grief, especially for the families of the 9 people still missing. And that's why there have been unrelenting calls to raise the ship's wreckage. On Thursday, President Park Geun-hye went to the harbor and addressed the appeals for recovery.
얼마 전 세월호 선체 인양이 기술적으로 가능하다는 발표가 있었습니다. 저는 이제 선체 인양을 진지하게 준비해야 한다고 생각합니다.
She added that she will look into the possibility of a quick process in the near future. Other politicians and officials were present at the site too, as an official anniversary event took place at the harbor.
The government will do its utmost to prevent such a big tragedy from happening again.
He added that the government would listen to the bereaved families and the public's voices in regards to unsolved issues regarding the accident. Jindo residents and people from all across the country attended the commemoration too, paid their respects to the victims at an installed altar, as well as praying services throughout the day.
It was such a painful tragedy, and I felt like I have been forgetting it. That's why I came to reminisce with my child.
I came last year and this year too. I took part in the construction of the ship. It's such a pity. If the captain had called for an evacuation, nearly everyone could have escaped. That's what I believe.
But while politicians and citizens filled the event, the families of the deceased and still missing did not appear for a speech marking the day as was expected. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.